can see the image here shows you the Arabic writing there. That is from ISWAP when they told the world that this guy had, the Brigadier General has been murdered. And that is one of the updates. Now let's see what Nigerians are saying. Atiku Abubakar has also reacted to this. Nigeria can't continue on this path. Atiku condemns adoption of schoolgirls in Kebbi, Zamfara killings. So not only in Kebbi, Zamfara, there's killing, and then the brigadier too was captured, and executed. So guys, a whole lot is happening. Now see this one here says, bandits adopt Catholic priest. Several residents in southern Kaduna kill cleric's brother. All these news you are seeing are latest, are between today and yesterday news. None of this is an old news. Bandits in southern Kaduna. So Borno State is bleeding. The Brigadier General with soldiers were fight. Zamfara killings. Kebbi State abduction. Now in Kaduna, priests with other residents kidnapped, and somebody was also killed in that event. So that a whole lot is happening in this country. Now, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at some of these videos. Just take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But before that, I want to also show you some of these headlines just for you to also get more of this. Tinubu is a brazen liar. His government, judiciary, and military enable Islamic genocide of Christians. Deacon Nick Donnelly blows hot. He's saying that, that the Tinubu's government is just sleeping on all what is happening. Now, this other headline here says, Islamic terrorist supporter Sheikh Gumi issues threat against U.S. protecting Nigerian Christians. Gumi says that his terrorists will kill more Christians if the U.S. tries to protect Christians. I thought Gumi claimed there was no genocide against Christians. That is what this man is still saying. So guys, you can see what is happening in Nigeria today. The whole world is, and guess what? Shetima was captured in Kogi State receiving defectors, people who are defecting from the APC. Yesterday, Shetima was in Kogi to receive defectors from other parties to the APC. While a Brigadier General has been executed, the government was busy receiving defectors. Now, see how Nigerians are reacting. This person said, today is a dark day in Nigeria history. A vice president did not return to his family. Children did not return to their parents. 4 gallant military officers wasted. A whole Brigadier General slaughtered. While all these are happening, the president is hosting Duke, while vice president is hosting politicians defect the campaign to APC. I hope APC Tinubu supporters will come and defend this too. And this other person here reacted and said, all of this killing do not concern Tinubu. All he wants to do is win the upcoming 2027 election. Nothing will bother that man. A military general was fired and not a single word from the president. What a shame. Nigerian lives does not matter. And guess what? Another person here reacted again and said, have you forgotten that the Nigerian army once recruited repentant Boko Haram terrorists? And now you are acting surprised that there are moles and informants inside the military. Boko Haram has infiltrated Nigerian armed forces, and some of them even occupy high positions in government. So guys, this is the one that should bother every Nigerian. Nigerians are calling out the government for the policy of reintegrating Boko Haram members into the society and into the armed forces. They are saying that they have real key informants, even in high positions, that are the ones giving that gave out the location of this Brigadier General that was murdered. Take your time, watch these videos, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
So you said, let's do to them what we've done to other Nigerians. Which Nigerians? Are you talking about Niger Delta, the militants there? They were not killing people. They were blowing up pipelines. Is it the same thing? They were not killing people. They were not burning down houses. They were not displacing communities in the Niger Delta.
Wait. If there are pipelines, in this area where these bandits are, they will blow them up without.
So rather than blow up pipelines, they decide to kill people.
No, you see, when you are fighting an existential war and you have nowhere to raise money, so they use kidnap. They took it from Boko Haram. They took this idea from Boko Haram. Look, we are discussing a way out. Don't bring sentiment into this issue. As a panel, what you do is let's look at how we can go out into this problem. But bringing sentiments into the issue would never. Now, if a foreign country will come and kill them, and this foreign country will make the mistake of saying, I'm going to protect a certain thing, automatically their psyche is that certain thing that you are trying to protect is my enemy. And look how, and you see Nigerians, the Muslims in Nigeria, whether they are victims or whatever it is, they won't allow a criminal country like.
Let me stay with you.
No, wait. They wouldn't allow America to come in here and do any military.
We hear that you've left Nigeria. You're in Turkey. Did you run away? Why? Is it because Trump said he was coming around?
I'm speaking for you. I'm speaking to you from Nigeria here.
Oh, you're back in Nigeria. Good. Now, I don't know if you heard or saw the video we just played for you where Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo, he was challenging you because you said those were empty caskets buried, but he's ready to prove that 27 people are in those caskets. And what do you say to that? Would you go there and have them exhume the caskets just to prove that humans, corpses are actually in there?
I think because of the excitement in the country, he didn't even wait to hear or to read what I've written. It's there on my Facebook. I said a doctor wrote me about this,
yes.
And I wrote, I hope it's not true.
Okay.
And I was surprised. He's quoting what the doctor said and attributing it to me. I think you can, before we finish your comment, to quickly go into the Facebook and see what I wrote there. So eventually, I saw a lot of dramatization in the issue. I don't know why he was so agitated from something that is an allegation. Evidently, he's not talking about 2010 or what happened in 2010. If you can show a list of 500 Christians that were massacred, I myself now, I have a list of 1,000 Muslim families in this Kafancha area who were massacred during the 2011 riots. So what I've said is ethnic fighting between two groups, people who think they are resident and others are settlers, and others who think we have rights like any other Nigerian. This is the clash. But to bring religion into it, that is what beats mind.
Now, Sheikh, people are being massacred. I mean, you just mentioned Muslims being massacred. Christians have cried out that they are also being massacred. And the world is, some Nigerians and some in the world are saying this is genocide against Christianity. But you've always been on the position of making peace with those that have been killing people. How does that make you feel that those you are supporting, those you are asking to, for Nigeria to make peace with, continuously kill both Christians and Muslims? How does that make you feel? Don't you think it would be, it would do the nation a lot of good if they are wiped out, erased completely, so we can have peace in Nigeria? Don't you think so?
Yes. One, let me answer you in two phases. One, phase, not phase, in two phases. One, if it's possible to wipe them out and there'll be no more bloodshed, I will lead that contingent. If it's possible.
When you say if it is possible, what are the things you think that will mar that movement from happening? When you say if it is possible.
Okay, so you see, you have to look at the factors that are driving men to be so reckless, to be so bold, and to be so vicious and commit such atrocities. There is something behind them. That thing, if you don't cure it, you shed more and more blood.
Can you help us shed more light to that, Sheikh Ahmed? Earlier when we had you on the show, you say something about these people, these extremists killing Nigerians now. You quoted a part of the Holy Quran that said that it is more like the end time one, or that you gave it that religious connotation that they are doing the killings because of what is going to happen at the end of the time. When you say that they are looking for something, and until when we could kneel that, they are looking for the board, will not have peace. Can you help us actually make sense of it? Who are these people? What are they looking for? And why are they flourishing in Nigeria?
Very good. The end of time tribulations that will happen. And the Prophet of Islam said, if he's alive, he will annihilate them. And I'm telling you, I can, if we have the power, we annihilate them. But two, look at what is behind these people. It's ignorance, one. Then we stirred the hornet's nest. So this is their complaint. They're attacking people because they said we attacked before. So now what we can do is we try to get to them and see how we can divert them. Because look, they are just ready-made soldiers, ready for evil or for good.
From where? Ready-made soldiers from where? Who made them? And how are they in Nigeria? Because you recall that we have some top security personnel in Nigeria telling us that they are not Nigerians. For example, the likes of Torre Bello is a Nigerian. So if they are already made soldiers ready to attack, who made them? And why is it that their activities in Nigeria is not being checked? Now, why I'm asking this question is you have
let me tell you before I answer you. I just ask you who give them this leather weapons to fight. Who?
Let me land on my question, Sheikh. Now, I'm Sheikh. In Nigeria, for example, you are once a military officer, to start with, a ranked one, a captain to start with. And, you've been all out talking about how we need to grant these people who are killing both soldiers and civilians amnesty. And then you also go all out to say that they are already made soldiers, so we have to find a way to renegotiate or negotiate with them because we kill them first. They are foreigners operating on a sovereign nation. How does that make you feel as a former military man?
Pro videos without ever being on camera. Just type the AI does the rest. Hate being on camera. You are not alone. With HumanPal, you never...
A military man.
Americans are talking about coming to Nigeria to do the work for others, not for Nigerians. It's Nigeria not negotiating to America. A foreign country trying to infringe on our right and sovereignty, and yet still we're negotiating with him.
ISWAP is operating on the floor of Nigeria.
If America said she's going to attack Russia, immediately Russia will get their nukes ready. They will never allow Americans to come into Russia and say maybe they want to free some minorities in Russia that we are. Look, you see, you have to assess a fight and see the one you can fight and see the one you can debate and negotiate. That is just simple.
All right, now, when I asked about, how you feel about it, you talked about America coming into a sovereign nation. ISWAP the other time, and then, some pockets of Boko Haram members were fighting over a territory in Nigeria. This is more like having another state in another state. These are, I'm talking about, are not state actors operating on a sovereign nation. Is there anything wrong at all in seeking for help from people or country with more sophisticated weapons to come into Nigeria to help take out extremist jihadists that are already causing both Muslim and Christian pains?
The Nigerian government, through the official, respecting Nigerian sovereignty, can seek help from anywhere. But for a president who is also not too far from the bandits and the terrorists who has a history of precedence, we have seen what he has done in Gaza, giving Netanyahu weapons to massacre children, women, and do that. Then suddenly, before even the gun has cooled down, calling him into Nigeria to come in and do another massacre, who will agree with that? No government will agree with that.
Okay,
so that is the question. So you are calling a criminal. If it's not a criminal, nobody will even raise a voice. Yes, we need assistance, but this assistance comes through our military. Our military, if empowered, they can do it.
Okay, all right, Sheikh, let me stay with you. You were on this session about, I think that was Monday last week, if I'm not mistaken, but sometime in the past, and you said that, look, Nigerians got into a debate. Trump had to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and your position then was that, look, if Trump comes into Nigeria and harms as much as one Muslim, that the Muslim community, you were very clear on that, that the Muslim community is going to retaliate in kind, and the fact that they were going to unleash terror on Christian community. You were very clear on that. And yesterday, the Pope Leo VI, said, look, there is Christian persecution in Nigeria. Trump had said it, you denied it, that there is no genocide in Nigeria. Nigerians denied it, Nigerian government denied it.
Now we have the Pope say, look, there is Christian persecution in Nigeria. What's your reaction to the position of Pope Leo VI?
Well, I would say because he's already a Christian, his testimony cannot be taken. And one proof that's no genocide in Nigeria, it's like you people in the studio there comfortably asking me and questioning me about what's happening in Nigeria. So nobody's killing Nigerians. And most of the high-ranking officers in the armed forces are Christians. I wouldn't think they will be assisting in killing Christians, fellow Christians.
Okay, all right.
So we can say that from sentiments and other things.
Okay.
But if you ask me, are Christians involved in this violence? I said yes, they are involved as victims and as villains too.
Okay,
just like Muslims.
Victims and villains.
And we are victims. Let me tell you one thing. Look, why do you think these great killings in the north? These people are saying we are taking revenge of our people that we are killed, our children. They are taking revenge and killing their own fellow Muslims in masses. Now, if a foreign country will come and kill them, and this foreign country will make the mistake of saying, I'm going to protect a certain thing, automatically their psyche is that certain thing that you are trying to protect is my enemy. And look how, and you see Nigerians, the Muslims in Nigeria, whether they are victims or whatever it is, they won't allow a criminal country like.
Sheikh, let me stay with you.
No, wait. They wouldn't allow America to come in here and do any military. What happened with what happened is when French. Oh, sorry.
France, you mean? Hello.
Am I online?
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody's trying to get me.
Okay.
What happened when French was driven from the Sahel? Somebody is trying to.
All right, we'll let you react to that call, and then we'll come back. If you can deal with the call that is interrupted, so we can continue the conversation.
So you see, Nigerians wouldn't even allow the French, even though French didn't colonize Nigeria. We never allowed any foreign country to come into Nigeria. We are the ones that are invited, especially in West Africa, to go and help people, like we had in Liberia and others. So I think what we need to do is to come and sit down as Nigerians, Muslims, Christians, and even non-religious. Now we have a situation at hand. How do you attack it? How do we do it? That's why I involved myself right from the beginning before things get to this situation. I involved the police not at state level, the IG, Inspector of Police. We spoke with Chief of Army Staff then. We spoke with all the security apparatus. Look, we have a window where we can see, we can divert these people, them from this evil. But nobody is listening. But now the thing is getting out of hand.
Well, I understand you clearly. You're trying to say that you led them, they dropped their arms, Nigerian government did not play its own part, and so they picked up their arms again and, continued fighting. If I understand you clearly.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'll come back to you. I have a question for you, but let me quickly bring in your friend who's in the studio here, Barrister Darlington, into the conversation. You guys went head-to-head the last time. Barrister, good morning to you once again. You heard Reverend Ezekiel Dajomo, and of course, you've read the reports already. What are your thoughts?
It's unfortunate that instead of things getting better, some people are somewhere fueling it. That means they are unrepentant. It is said that when you tell me your friends, I will tell you whom you are. Seriously. Moses, you people were here when we had the discussion last time. And my take, or what I took away that day was, the Sheikh said that we should be praying for northern leaders. That, yes, they are the problem. He even called Buhari idiot. I don't know what that means. He said it that day. And I was thinking that with the prayer I went into, according to him, that we should be praying for them so that things will get better. And I went into that prayer thinking that, but all my prayer now is null and void, is in vain, because the northern leaders are not allowing the prayer to go into them. They are still, digging into the trenches by supporting these people. There is no reason why anybody should even have one kind word for these bandits. No human being.
If you understand Sheikh clearly, he said, look, government reneged on its own promise, and so that has motivated the
What promise? What are you reneging? Please, somebody answer me. How can you make a deal with the devil? He told us that he doesn't know these people where they come from, that they are not Muslims. So why are you supporting them? You were here when Kawu Baraje came inside. In fact, on camera, he told us how they invited these people from all over Africa. He said it himself, northern leader, that they invited them into Nigeria, terrorists. And he told them to come, that the jihad has started in Nigeria. He said it. Moses, where is Leah Sharibu today? That girl is a metaphor for what we are talking about. That girl that we are held against her religious wish. Is that not enough for these people to be sober and say, no, we are overdoing this, Where is Deborah Samuel in Sokoto that was burnt? Moses, are we going to call one or two? So, for anybody to sit down here and be telling us that you made the deal with who? Where are they coming from? Was it like that before 2015? Right. Moses, he asked me a question here and I want to answer him. He said, who gave these people guns? In 2016, under Buhari, he included 140 million naira in our national budget. And when we asked why, this is a private business, so why are you including it to fund the Fulani herdsmen's activity? He said, it's to build ranching so that the farmer header class will stop. We agreed. Moses, we agreed though, 940, 1 naira had value. Up to today, until Buhari finished his time and left, did you see where he put one ranch? One like this, one ranch. Rather, at the end of that year, we saw guns. Fulani herdsmen started carrying guns all over the place, and the killing started. Why is he not talking about it now? No, please. These are issues. Look, you see Benue, Plateau, and that Leah Sharif, they are a metaphor for what we are talking about, Christian genocide. Let him show me one Fulani man that is IDP camp here. Let him bring one person that is IDP camp in Benue and the Plateau. Let him show me just one person, one.
All right, let's go back to Sheikh now. Sheikh, now, my question, would you support the government passing a law that every Nigerian should be armed and defend themselves against whoever is attacking them? Would you support that?
Okay, just imagine this gentleman that has finished shouting, you are giving him a gun, and he sees me passing. Is that likelihood that he will pull the trigger?
No, because the issue he was an enemy.
No, because he was saying there is no way you talk to a devil. When he is ready to even bring a devil to his house, somebody who has massacred more than 500,000 people into Nigeria, and these people, they are Muslims. We don't say they are killing Muslims, we say they are killing Gazans. How can you bring them into Nigeria? That's what we are talking about. Number one, the Fulanis, you see, you don't know their psychology. They don't cry over their dead bodies. That's why. If this reaction you see, this violent reaction is all over saying that we are going to take revenge on what happened to us. So if we want to live in peace with these people, let's not kill them. Let's do to them what we have done. Let's do to them what we have done to other Nigerians. There was a time, very unfortunate, small young children from...
Sorry to interrupt.
Let me finish.
No, please. Allow me to interrupt you. You said, let's do to them what we've done to other Nigerians. Which Nigerians? Are you talking about Niger Delta, the militants there? They were not killing people. They were blowing up pipelines. Is it the same thing? They were not killing people. They were not burning down houses. They were not displacing communities in the Niger Delta.
Wait. if there are pipelines, in this area where these bandits are, they will blow them up without.
So rather than blow up pipelines, they decide to kill people.
No, you see, when you are fighting an existential war and you have nowhere to raise money, so they use kidnap. They took it from Boko Haram. They took this idea from Boko Haram. Look, we are discussing a way out. Don't bring sentiment into this issue. As a panel, what you do is let's look at how we can go out into this problem. But bringing sentiments into the issue would never solve it.
Nobody's bringing sentiments into
One, Nigerians, the red lines and Nigerian sovereignty must be respected. But does Nigeria need help? Yes, Nigeria needs help. Secondly, is there any massacre or even genocide in Nigeria? Yes, and widespread all over the country there are. But I can even say this government is doing very well.
Okay,
it's doing very well. Look, I came from Abuja, a road that you cannot pass because of the of kidnapping. Now the road is free. And Kaduna is free now. I'm staying fine, like I'm in Lagos.
How free is Kaduna when you say Kaduna is free? Because just a few days ago,
I'm talking to you from Kaduna now.
If I'm not free, pastor was killed, some other persons kidnapped, and also we've been hearing again about killings and people wielding arms again in Kaduna State. To the point that
a Nigerian in America just killed his father and injured his sister. Will I say America is not stable?
The number of people that have lost their lives in Nigeria, when you're talking about, the pocket.
But I'm talking about these mass killings. They have gone down. Let's be optimistic. Let's not be pessimistic.
You made a statement.
The government has put it right. So it is time now you all come together with the government, like I did during Buhari. I was trying to encourage him to do what this government is trying to do.
I want to ask you a question. You said something in your X handle, like you said that that the engagement you have been engaging, with bandits, terrorists, and all of that, people who have killed Nigerians, Christians and Muslims alike. And in your handle, you said, that your engagement with them was legitimate, transparent, and conducted with the approval of authorities. Which authorities, Sheikh, are you talking about?
Not the approval of the authority, accompanied by the authorities. Sure. Accompanied by the authorities.
Okay, accompanied by the authorities.
Yes.
Which authorities are you talking about, sir?
All the authorities, the local, the state, and the police.
And the federal government?
Well, the federal government too involved.
Okay, so now we are in a situation where the same federal government, is accompanying you to go and negotiate with people that have killed Nigerians. And you go to a Plateau State where the president has sent emissaries to Plateau State to go and do some kind of arrangement for interfaith harmony between Muslims and Christians. Why doesn't the president say, people that are occupying other people's native lands, other people's homelands, the first basis of negotiation is for them to leave those lands. And you are sending people to IDP camps to go and do interfaith negotiation when others are occupying their native lands. Sheikh, what's your reaction to that? Is it a way to solve this problem?
I see once we have a federation like Nigeria, there's nothing like my native land. Nigeria is for all Nigerians. That's why we have a lot of Igbos here in the north doing business fantastically, bringing things that Nigerians need. That's why you have Yorubas in every facet of life is in market. Nigeria is for Nigerians now. This mentality, tribal mentality and ethnic mentality is still what is worrying some people, especially. I think what we need to do, like the press should educate Nigerians. Look, even if you are a Buram, you can go to Lagos. Lagos now is filled with Yorubas and Igbos doing business. Nigeria is open. And the Southeast too should be educated that, allow Nigerians to come in and do business. Then we live in harmony.
Now, the business you're talking about Nigerians coming in to do, Sheikh Ahmed, the business you're talking about Nigeria has been allowed to do, is it a business of people leaving their cattle to destroy the older source of living from
no, as for cattle,
if you check it out,
cattle,
Sheikh Ahmed, please hold on. If you check it out in what is happening in Nigeria, how this whole carnage began, go to Benue State, for example, you find out that the first massacre Nigeria ever witnessed, apart from that of the Civil War, happened to be in Benue State, where we learned about how many persons were killed. Who killed them? The Fulani herdsmen, armed herdsmen, bandits now, wielding their guns, were the ones that killed farmers because the farmers rose up to say, your cattle are destroying our crops. And then if you check it again, move it down, you find out that the likes of Agatu local government, Guma, West, Logo, Hukum, Oto, Kwande, and even Taka local governments now, some communities have been sacked by armed herders who are wielding guns, sophisticated weapons, chasing people away from their ancestral home. Is that a legitimate business? And if that should be that way, why is it that, for example, in Kano, in Kaduna, and in other, states in Nigeria where we have Sharia, that people who rear pigs, piggeries, are not being allowed to do their business really because it's Sharia?
Okay, you see, you cannot table Nigeria's problem all on my table and say you want me to solve them. What I want to tell you is the clash between herders and farmers is something, even when the colonist white was there, they've tried to separate the area, have a grazing area and have residential and farming areas. But unfortunately, when government come and give land to governors, they started encroaching on these grazing areas and reserves, making cows difficult, to have space, except if there is a clashes between those who will farm their land. Okay. So what I think the federal government needs to come is really to come and demarcate these areas. And also, when the issue of ranch, I had my gentleman saying that there was a ranch. Nobody agreed. The southern states categorically refused ranching by the federal government.
Now the question I ask is still this. Who gave people who are doing piggery the right or the lands for them to run their business in the core north? For example, in Kano State and in other northern states. These are also Nigerians who are businessmen, who also have a way to rake in money for themselves. Who gave them lands? Are they being allowed to do the business and all that? Since Nigeria is a federation, we have to open up for everyone to benefit.
Like what business are you talking about?
We're talking about people who want to do business in, for example, people who are rearing pigs, people who are doing farmlands or who are cultivating, tilling the lands, people who are doing other busises, and even those who are selling beverages and drinks. So who give them?
And are not giving chance in the northern states? I don't think you have to cross-check your figures and see.
All right,
in the north here,
thank you very much.
We are staying peacefully with all Christians here in the north. They are doing their businesses. The only places of clashes is where people have taken ethnicity over nationalism.
Okay,
that is in some areas of the Middle Belt.
I would like for you to stay with us for a few more minutes. The barrister here in the studio needs to make a reaction and get into other things. We will come back to you in a moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
You want to make a reaction to this before you
In fact, the best time to react over an issue is the first time. Mr. Okoro, Moses and Fina, whenever you see infamy, don't give it a chance. Don't even allow it. Because if you allow it, it will grow and have a life of its own. That is the meaning of what I'm hearing here this morning. In 1804 Nigeria, we were living peaceful with the Hausa Muslims, no problem, until these people came from nowhere. And Othman Danfodio admitted them and said, these are brothers. Once they entered into Nigeria, what happened? All the Hausa princes were wiped out, and they established an Emirate Council. Today, as I talk to you now, no single Hausa Muslim is an emir. All of them are Fulanis. It has become a right. It has become their modus operandi. Look at how they are spreading. They don't even want us to remember or talk about these things. Why is it that every time there is infraction on the north, it's from these same people? Why? Nobody has come to ask questions. Do you need the whole Nigeria to rear your cattle? Please. Niger State have told you. Niger State is the size of the entire Southwest. They have told these people, come, we have enough land for you. We will give you everything, build it, make everything come. They say no, they don't want. Kano State to call them, come, so that we can give you land if you want to rear your cattle. They say no. What does that tell you? It means that there is something they are looking for. But they will never come out and tell you. They'll be dodging and hiding under cattle or whatever. Why is it that this infraction is always coming from them every time? Go and check. But it's just that because this thing happened, we overlook it. We don't check. We don't cross-check. We overlook it. And now look at where we are now. Look at how they are blaming everybody for what they have caused. Look at how they are blaming everybody.
All right.
They are not even remorse. Moses, they are not even remorse. They are not telling us that they are killing Christians and Muslims. Must anybody die? Okay, who are the people that are killing? Is it Christian militia? Look, they will force the Christians to form their own militia with the way they are talking to defend them. I'm not joking. They will form their own Christian militia to defend them and let nobody blame the Christians because it's getting to that point.
I don't think that's.
Are you serious? Oh, these are people that they invited in court. He's defending them now. Say that their voice. Everybody that attacked them, they will not vote for him. He said it. He said it in this country.
All right.
Something he cannot say in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, when the Macron, in fact, they declared persona non grata in Saudi Arabia. What was the reason? Moses, what was the reason? Let him tell us. But he can come here and tell provocative statements, and nobody challenges him. Nobody talks. Everybody just keep quiet because it's their right to say so. Abi, one of them, Mr. Moses, that the Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's an infidel. She's a Christian. Very provocative statement, and you are talking about nationalism. Is that how to preach nationalism? One is always you that is causing infraction. You talk and behave as if nobody is in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
No, let us start from somewhere. I told him, let them meet us house where Nigeria will be paradise, but they refuse to listen. They refuse to listen. They don't want any other person to talk or say anything. They are the ones that they should be heard. Is that how to build a country? What is nationalistic about this thing they are doing? Leah Sharibu, a young girl, her destiny cut off.
All right, Barrister Darlington, thank you very much.
Cut off because of religion.
Contribution there. We have to let you go because I do understand that you have something to do in our sister station. So let's stay with Sheikh Gumi and then we'll touch on other guests as well. Sheikh, please. A very quick question. Sheikh, are you with us?
I'm here.
Quick question. Now, this has been peddled around. Nigerians have, it's been said in hushed tones. But let me ask you, are you for the Islamization of Nigeria? Do you support the activities of these individuals? Is it about totally Islamizing Nigeria?
Islamic jurist here among you in this panel. Our discussion is not about religion now. Before I answered you, I heard my gentleman talking about Nigeria, myself and Saudi Arabia. He's talking about Fulanophobia, I will call it now, trying to put the whole blame on Fulani. Fulani suffered more than anybody, even in Nigeria in this case. Because when they catch a Fulani man, in fact, they are merciless with him. They said, you are the one conniving with other Nigerians to infringe on our rights. Anyway, this, by the way, Saudi Arabia is a country which is completely different in terms of Nigeria. Nigeria, here we have freedom of speech, we have freedom of religion, we have all the things that require so Saudi Arabia is different. A Saudi scholar like me there has no chance to speak. So myself, I don't have that psychology. I don't think nobody. Don't you think even if I'm in America, I don't think Trump can silence my. He can only deny me a visa or tell me to come back to my country. You see, I have that freedom of mind and ability to speak my mind, irrespective of whether people understand or not, because I feel relieved when I say what I think is right. So Saudi Arabia is a completely different issue. You shouldn't bring it here. Right, we pray for Saudi to be open to criticism and like any other nation.
All right, talking about praying for Saudi to be open, to criticism and all that. Some Nigerians, or rather a particular lawyer, who happens to be a human rights activist, Malcolm Omohoro, have come up to, more like made a statement that you should be called in for maybe questioning and all that. How does that make you feel? Because some people are also seeing the part you're playing in Nigeria, mediating between the government and also between the authority and the bandits as a way of emboldening them. Looking at some of the statements you've made, how we should grant them amnesty, and then also how we should find a way to bring in a non-kinetic measure while dealing with people who have killed Nigerians or displaced them in one way or another. How does this make you feel?
Ignorance can produce anything. When humans don't know anything, they try to conjure. So I forgive Nigerians for saying that. They don't know. They never thought that I was doing that. Look, as a medical doctor, as a former military officer, I should be wise enough to know what I should do and what I should say that will be within the boundaries of law. I never break a law, so I'm at peace with even those people calling for my this, and I will just think they don't know. I treat them as people who don't know.
A number of things Christians have suffered in this country can be compared to the crucifixion of the Lord. Do we talk about the takeover of all Christian schools, all mission schools, by Nigerian government? They took over those schools, destroyed them, turned our educational institutions into houses of formation of criminals and mediocres. People who can't write simple letters, who can't speak any language correctly, who can't solve their own problems, and won't pass any exam without cheating. And that is like crucifying, because that is a house. The school is a house of formation of character. Manobugus also, they have taken the body away. They have removed all signs of his death. Since after the takeover of schools, who has the correct statistics of the number of churches that have been burnt down in this country? Who knows how many Christians have been killed in this country because they are Christians? Some right inside the church. Some will tell you these are criminals. They are not just targeting Christians. Take it easy. How many of those who perpetrate these crimes have been arrested and prosecuted? How many of them are in jail? How many of them have faced the death penalty? The Catholic Church is against the death penalty. I'm talking about Nigerian law. But we know that if anything happens to some of those who perpetrate this crime, either in self-defense or in resistance, the government stands up. There is outrage everywhere in all levels of government. This selective outrage of government, this selective outrage of the police, of the army, of the security agencies, when innocent citizens are massacred, and when criminals are repelled, and in the repelling they die, this selective outrage is like, it's not only that they have killed him, they have taken the body away. They want to wipe off every trace. And some Christians are being provoked legitimately to react. Anytime any of them reacts, they are said to be taking the laws into their hands. But all those who trample the law with their feet, trample upon the law. They kill, they rape, they maim, they sack farmers, they harvest crops of farmers and feed it to their cattle. And when you say no, why are you doing this? It is death. And when they do that, they record it and post it to government to see. If you ask them question, you are killed. If you chase them away and while running away they die, you'll be condemned to death.
So guys, we are going to be taking a look at some of the reactions from Nigerians after this guy posted about what is happening in Nigeria today. So this one is the ISWAP and JAT, Boko Haram, are totally different and don't have same doctrine. So ISWAP is not a faction, it's another terror group entirely. IS West Africa, just like NGIM is the Al-Qaeda of Africa, controlling the western front of Africa. They even fight over doctrinal differences. Can you imagine? And then this person here said, ISWAP is not a faction. It's tiring debate, you guys. ISWAP is ISWAP a faction of Boko Haram? Yes, ISWAP ISWAP began as a splinter faction of Boko Haram and became a separate rival group in 2016. The split occurred after the leader of the Islamic State, Abu replaced Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau, leading to two distinct factions. The ISWAP faction aligned with Islamic State and the original Boko Haram Jazz faction led by Shekau. Now, this person here says, first of all, why is Brigadier General Uba communicating during an active battle via WhatsApp? Hey, God. The deleted message was asking him if he was at the exact peak point. Which was the message deleted? And how did ISWAP capture when he couldn't already hear the AC overhead? This one is really somehow. So the person here posted this communication and say, are you going to pick me or direct me on where to go? This person say, sir, they would remain overhead and coordinate with the troops towards you, sir. And this one's okay. My battery is 31% now. And he said, yes, I'm at the foot. Boss, once I see AC, I can raise my big cap. So I don't know if this is really a communication by, copy it, sir. Sir, can you hear any AC noise overhead you? So they are saying that this is the communication of, I don't know if it's the Defense Ministry that released this or this. And this person is saying they recruit minds for themselves. They grant peace deals to terrorists and integrate them to the Nigerian army and society. They know the most. They are just foolish 70 imbecile in Aso Rock. So these are some of the reactions from Nigerians. And this other person here said, first, Mole gave intel on convoy of general, hence the ambush and attack. He escaped and made some calls on his possible location. Mole alerted colleagues on location of general. Colleagues came and picked him up. General before the army. And repentant Boko Haram, my food. And this person said, are you just suspecting there are modes in Nigerian military? Didn't the Nigerian government reintegrate repentant Boko Haram terrorists into the Nigerian military? So who else will be the mole? Mole. And this person said the truth is this government is sitting on a lot of falsehood. Even the mandate is stolen. There's no way competence and truth or integrity can even see the light of the day in any institution. The lifespan of government must kept going by all means possible. What do you expect when terrorists are giving uniform to joining soldiers in the name of repentant terrorists? Very soon, they will take over the military. It will now be a case of terrorists in the military uniform. This one is an informant with any army that informed Aswab of general, informed general location after escape, confirmed opportune of officers that there are a lot of compromised soldiers within the army that work with Boko Haram and ISWAP. And NSA don't treat to national whatever. So Ribadu really need to go. Tinubu need to fire Ribadu, who is also a Fulani man. Many people have criticized him, especially this policy of repentant Boko Haram, is under this Tinubu's government. And now this one is the Islamic terrorist killed Nigerian Brigadier General on Nigerian soil, a sovereign state. Nigeria now has its 5% attribute of a failed state. Nothing concerned bad. His problem is how to turn the country into a one-party state, remain in power in 2027. And this other person is saying Nigeria is gone in the hands of terrorists, and yet they keep denying it. This is the part that should terrify everyone. If ISWAP can ambush, abduct, murder a brigadier general and the authorities still chose to lie over accountability, then Nigeria's security architecture is completely compromised. They deny the cover of the silence. It's all confirmed with the rot it confirmed that the rot is deep. A nation where generals are haunted and the media is gagged. It's a nation in free fall. May General Oba and the fallen soldiers rest in peace. So guys, this is Nigerian speaking, and this person here said, Can they now free Nnamdi Kanu now? Can they now free Nnamdi Kanu? It's obvious that all the tribes will soon be asking for the same thing he is being held in prison for. If some regions want to be ruled by the terrorists, it's fine as long as we exist as neighbors and not countrymen. Boko Haram and Fulani bandits don't even enter Benin Republic. They turn back once they get to the border, showing that the West, East and South can request for referendum. At that stage, part of the country gets blah, 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 blah. So guys, that is it. This person says ISWAP, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, terrorists, aka bandits, are the same people. ISWAP and Boko Haram, the military government, Nigerian Fulani headsmen, Christian killing wing, terrorists. This person is just saying that they are the same. Another person here tweeted and said, same military that will capture this demon, rebrand them and reintegrate them back into the army, into the society and the army. How do you fight the devil when you clearly dine with the devil at the night? They play politics with everything. They fight against insurgency. Won't bear fruit until we fish out all their apologies and sponsors in the government. So guys, these are Nigerians speaking their minds. This person says Nigerian army will not be angry enough to ensure they get revenge. In return, they would rather offer amnesty and peace deal with the terrorists. If now protesters now they go, they know how to flex muscle. And this other person here said, why won't they have a moral informant within the army when they keep granting terrorists amnesty and integration and integrate them into the society and probably into the armed forces? Everyone needs to speak against this evil. There should be no amnesty for terrorists, honestly. There should be no amnesty for terrorists. That's Nigerians. This one is obvious. These people need scapegoat. And General Uba was one. Don't join the army. The place is no longer safe. Dropping the military psychology bullshit course. I rather sell Gary. Now, wow. And this person said, when terrorists can eliminate a brigadier general, what hope does the ordinary citizen have? Nigerian security architecture is doing freestyle at this point. Government should be ashamed. This has adopted a whole military general and killed him. What a national disgrace. What a national disgrace. And this person, Brutai will not talk now, but at exchange between a constituted minister of the state and young officer was termed a threat to national security that they have lost their voices, Abi. We are not just serious. We are not really. We are not just serious. The Nigerian army will still reintegrate the so-called repentant Boko Haram into the army. So what do you expect? What do you expect? The Nigerian army, is the one that Nigerians are calling out now. I can't be surprised when the military prioritized recruiting Boko Haram insurgents into the same army that went to fight and neutralize them. The leadership is also compromised, starting from Buhari regime. I'm not surprised that the people alleged to brought them to win election. Those in government and their supporters won't remember now that Nigeria is a sovereign state. Imagine a brigadier general slaughtered like a chicken. The way we are grooming terrorists in Nigeria is very, very dangerous. And this person said, when they capture the terrorists, they will call them repentant and drop them into the army. What do you expect? So guys, these are some of the reactions of Nigerians. I wonder why opposition parties are not making this a big deal. APC would have burnt down the country that had been if they had been in the opposition. I think the denial was based on intelligence, so as to keep the general safe while the search for him by military was going on. Unfortunately, he was captured by the terrorists. May his soul rest in peace. All these guards, ISWAP began as a splinter faction of Boko Haram and became a separate rival group in 2016. The split occurred after the leader of the Islamic State, Abu Bakr, faction. The ISWAP faction aligned with Islamic State and the original Boko Haram Jazz faction led. And this person said, when terrorists east and south can request for referendum at that stage, part of the country gets blah 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 blah. So guys, that is it. This person said, ISWAP, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, terrorists, aka bandits, are the same people. ISWAP and Boko Haram, the military government, Nigerian Fulani headsmen, Christian killing wing, terrorists. This person is just saying that they are the same. Another person here sitting and said, same military that will capture this demon, rebrand them and reintegrate them back into the army, into this society and the army. How do you fight the devil when you clearly dine with the devil at the night? They play politics with everything. They fight against insurgents. Won't bear fruit until we fish out all their apologies and sponsors in the government. So guys, these are Nigerians speaking their minds. This person says Nigerian army will not be angry enough to ensure they get revenge. In return, they would rather offer amnesty and peace deal with the terrorists. If now protesters now they go, they know how to flex muscle. And this other person here said, why won't they have a moral informant within the army when they keep granting terrorists amnesty and integration and integrate them into the society and probably into the armed forces? Everyone needs to speak against this evil. There should be no amnesty for terrorists, honestly. There should be no amnesty for terrorists. That's Nigerians. This is obvious. These people need a scapegoat. And General Uba was one. Don't join the army. The place is no longer safe. Dropping the military psychology bullshit course. I rather sell Gary. Now, wow. And this person said, when terrorists can eliminate a brigadier general, what hope does the ordinary citizen have? Nigerian security architecture is doing freestyle at this point. Government should be ashamed. This has adopted a whole military general and killed him. What a national disgrace. What a national disgrace. And this person, Brutai will not talk now, but at exchange between a constituted minister of the state and young officer was termed a threat to national security that they have lost their voices, Abi. We are not just serious. We are not really. We are not just serious. The Nigerian army will still reintegrate the so-called repentant Boko Haram into the army. So what do you expect? What do you expect? The Nigerian army, is the one that Nigerians are calling out now. I can't be surprised when the military prioritized recruiting Boko Haram insurgents into the same army that went to fight and neutralize them. The leadership is also compromised, starting from Buhari regime. I'm not surprised that the people alleged to brought them to win election. Those in government and their supporters won't remember now that Nigeria is a sovereign state. Imagine a brigadier general slaughtered like a chicken. The way we are grooming terrorists in Nigeria is very, very dangerous. And this person said, when they capture the terrorists, they will call them repentant and drop them into the army. What do you expect? So, guys, these are some of the reactions of Nigerians. I wonder why opposition parties are not making this a big deal. APC would have burnt down the country that had been if they had been in the opposition. I think the denial was based on intelligence, so as to keep the general safe while the search for him by military was going on. Unfortunately, he was captured by the terrorists. May his soul rest in peace. All these guards to stop, we've lost so much already. So, guys, this is not the first time these guys are giving the Nigerian military bad boosts. On several notes, they've invaded the military bases, scattered away with weapons and burnt vehicles and other armories. And guess what? This time around, a brigadier general is captured. There's always a mole. We have seen too many terrorist movies not to know this. The mole is in this case could be a younger officer who wants his place or a peer who just wants him gone. However, this is the legacy of the Nigerian government. A big shame. Can you imagine? Have you forgotten that the Nigerian army once recruited Boko Haram terrorists, repentant Boko Haram terrorists, and now you are acting surprised that there are moves and informants inside the Nigerian military. Boko Haram has infiltrated the Nigerian armed forces, and some of them even occupy high positions in government. So, guys, we have always been told that there are top politicians who are sponsoring these people, who are sympathizers. We saw during the time of Buhari, the Minister for Information is said to have been a sympathizer of Boko Haram. There's likely a move. Make it a black battalion. Make it a battalion. Were we not here when repentant Boko Haram boys were installed into the military and paramilitary, the entire Nigerian security is compromised. There is need for complete overhaul. When you rehabilitate terrorists into the community and recruit them into the military, this is the end result. May his soul rest in peace. So, guys, there are a lot. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.